Hello. Hello. How's it going? Look what we got. Wow. Look at this. It's come. It's very pink. It is very, very pink. Goodness gracious me. A cheeky birthday stream. Mate, I told you we'd have it. I'm sure you would have preferred it to be a gaming one, but you know, it is what it is. Today, I'll do a start to the video in just a second. I'm not expecting too many people in because it is what it is. We just need a few people to get some opinions on things. There's only 9 players that I've put on this list. I haven't included the likes of Esteval, Kendry Paez. I've put Kellyman on because he is technically still a first team player. But again, I don't think I've included... Who have I not included? There's a few players. Hang on. 24, 25. Videos, pre-season. I think it's the Neto video. So incoming. The Anslamino, I haven't included him. I've not included Wiley as well. Paez and Esteval. So without that out of the way, let me do the old... Hello and welcome to a unique video. A video I've not done myself, maybe? I think I did actually do a rankings of... What was it? I might have to start this over again. I've done a tier list video before, actually. What's the tier list video I've done? I absolutely have done a tier list on this video, on this channel. Tier list. Ranking. What did I do? It was... Keep, loan, sell. Keep, loan, sell. So we've done a tier list before. Yeah, so take 2. Hello and welcome to a tier list video on this channel. We are live for this one, but it will be one where you can put your comments in the comments down below and let me know your thoughts on where these players should be. 9 players, including, and we will get into it in a bit more detail, Felix, Guiu, Jorgenson, KDH, Kellyman, Neto, Tosin, Sancho, and Renato Vega. We've done one video like this before in the past. It was a rankings video, keep, loan, sell. But without further ado, I don't actually have the graphics ready for it. Jesus Christ! Let me just get the. Fuck me. We're just gonna have to wing this, aren't we? Jesus Christ. Take 3. Fuck it. I can't be asked. If you're still watching, fair play. It shouldn't take too long. I've just got to do this one. It's on the screen, for me anyway. And then it's not going to take up that much room. Fit screen. There we go. There's the players. Let me just move myself above it. Not that much. Fucking absolute nightmare, this. We'll go up here. Shall I start again? Shall I start again? Jesus Christ. You can tell I've just got out of the shower as well. Shall we take 3? Because I didn't even do the old... So what is this? This is 5 minutes in and we haven't started. Hello and welcome back. Today we have got a special video. We're going to be doing a rankings video of the summer signings for Chelsea over the 24-25 summer transfer window. It's likes, it's Camera X action. Please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. With that said, it's 10 o'clock. As you can see, our lovely lineup of players that we have at our disposal, we are missing the likes of Esteval, Kendry Paez. I nearly called him Pedri Paez. Kendry Paez, Wiley, and some other geezer I'm sure I'm missing, and Slamino as well. It's an absolute shit show. It usually only takes me one take with these. But as you can see, Joao Felix, Mark Guiu, Jorgenson, KDH. I don't know why I said it like that. Kellyman, Pedro Neto, Tosin, Sancho, and Renato Vega are on the list of players that we're going to be ranking today. And as you can see, I don't know quite why there is a fucking Jesus Christ. We'll delete the row there. There we go. We have rankings from elite, one for the future, average, and bad. And I must say, I can't really say for sure that there is necessarily much in the way of fucking spit it out. What am I trying to say here? Elite players, I think Joe's just said that. But average and bad for sure. One for the future, I would say there's one or two. I meant to say there's no bad players necessarily up for rankings here. I would be very, very unhappy with those that would say that the likes of KDH are bad. I think that's very harsh. It's a little bit early to be ranking them in general. Wait, shall we just sack this video off at this point? It's 10 o'clock. Right. We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll. I might not necessarily take your rankings for this. We'll start with Guiu. Let's start with Guiu. We'll go elite, one for the future, average, and bad. So I'll put the poll in. Obviously, I guess more or less scored a goal. It's not exactly a goal that you'd be happy with because, let's be honest, I don't think it was going in the first place, and it was an own goal, and it was in pre-season. He's barely had minutes. If we look at you'd think I'd be more prepared for this, wouldn't you? But Mark Guiu, is it Guiu? It is Guiu. Has had a total of 2 appearances. He did play in both of the qualifying games. I must say the statistics aren't really showing too much. This stream's a shambles, instantly getting privatised, I know. Oh, mate, honestly, I thought I'd just try something different for a change. I'm going to leave it up, but fuck me, this is awful, isn't it? Average. I honestly think one for the future with what we've seen so far, whether or not that's with us necessarily, is a topic for another day. For me, Luke's just said if Osimhen came in, he probably would have gone on loan. Maybe I am going to go for one for the future because I've seen I've seen the similarities, much like everyone else, that he is a bit of a dog. He's a bit of a hounder, like what's his name? Armando Broja, as we've seen in the past. But that only gets you so far. Do you know what I mean? That only gets you so far. It is only water. And from what we've seen as well, one injury and that's it. You've got to, I feel like a player like Guiu, is he best suited for a team like Chelsea? Will he fit into? There's a fucking dog barking outside the window now. Can you hear that? But yeah, I like what I've seen from him so far. I really am, impressed from what I've seen. It is more or less of actually trying to get the ball, funnily enough, in the back of the net. But I, for one, am going to put it for one for the future for for Mark Guiu. I haven't had a drink today. I'm just a little bit tired, it would seem. More tired than I was expecting. I can't get my words out. Who should we go with next? I think Jorgenson is probably a safe bet because splits decisions, I would say. We'll get to KDH later. Jesus Christ. Because we know how that's going to go, let's be honest. Got to do the same thing. One for the future. We'll do average. And we'll do bad. There's no point even putting elite tier on here, to be fair. But the poll is currently in the chat for Jorgenson. Again, we've seen glimpses during pre-season. I think it would be harsh for sure to say bad. And I would also say it's a little bit harsh to say average, but he's certainly not elite so far. But as I said, from what we've seen, it's almost as though he is the Guiu of goalkeepers. You know? I feel like, oh yeah, there does need to be good. Does there need to be good? Can I add? Add row below. No, that's not. Fuck me. Good. Also, elite being red is a bit counterintuitive, isn't it? Good we'll have as like blue, I guess. Add decent. Fuck, I'm not adding that many. Jesus Christ. We might as well just add a whole dictionary of meanings if that's the case. Should we start again? Right, so we've got elite, one for the future, good, average, bad. I don't know if that many options fit on the poll. But again, as I was saying, I would say, honestly, Guiu fits into that. What I was saying about Jorgenson fits in with what I was saying about Guiu in terms of he is the Guiu of goalkeepers at the moment. From what we've seen, like it's that sort of player where he's not good enough to be the front runner, but he has all the makings so far from what we've seen, all the talents. God forbid this is a pre-recorded video. Good job that we are. Yeah, so this would have taken me forever. But yeah, you know what? I'm not. I don't want to have to do this for every single one. I don't. Do you think one for the future should probably go there, right? Because it's not bad. This is concerning. I don't know, mate. I spilt water all over my desk yesterday. I think I'm still a little bit frazzled from that, to be fair. I thought I'd lost everything. But yeah, I think that order probably makes sense. We'll go on to KDH just to shut Noelto the fuck up. Because I'll be honest, the spamming is getting on my tits. I can't start another poll just yet. Be nice. Be nice. Because I'm not going to put elite, let's be honest. I'm not going to fucking beat around the bush here, but he's not been elite. Average and bad. Take it with a fucking pinch of salt, all right? This guy has been thrusted into Chelsea Football Club when even he probably thought, what the hell am I doing here? What the hell am I being bought to come with Maresca from Leicester to Chelsea? I have no reason to be into this team. And as a replacement for Conor Gallagher is what we were told. Is he an improvement? So far, absolutely fucking not. But is he bad? I don't think so. Have I been impressed from what I've seen from him? Absolutely not. But he seems determined. He seems like he wants to achieve big things. But then again, if I was put into the side, I would look enthusiastic and I would want to achieve big things at Chelsea Football Club. So it's a little bit of a tricky one. I would put him on average if it was up to me, and it is. Looks and is like Drinkwater. Drinkwater's fairly decent at times. I hate to keep bringing up the Stoke goal, but what a goal it was. I don't know. From what we've been told, he's technically gifted, but yet to really see anything from that. I'm not going to sit here like I was with Guiu and Jorgenson and say like, hey, this guy's going to be special one day, because like I say, Kiernan Dewsbury, how fucking old is this guy? He's 25 years old. And let's be honest. No one was really excited for him to join. Like, when we saw him announced as like a potential player, it was like a what? What? But yeah, I think Reese is right in that sense. Like, it's just a bit of a pointless signing. I don't think he has much of a future overall. Like, I just physically, right now, I can't see a long-term future for him. However, if he does start to put on performances that we've been told he will put on, then we could be in for a real treat, you know? But it's certainly one that I'm going to have to wait and see. But not a one for the future, that's for sure. So for that, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall goes into average ranking. I think we're picking up some steam here now, boys and girls. I really do. I think we got off to a shaky start, but we're we're doing a lot better now. We're doing a lot better now. We will now go on to where's Badia Shield? Oh, fuck me. How many times do you want to say that? Jesus. Should we get Kellyman out the way? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not too well versed. One for the future seems like a safe bet, but I want to know what everyone seems to think about that, because you know you've had your say on Kiernan Dewsbury Hall being like a pointless signing or like a rash signing or whatever. I've heard very good things about what he is capable of and what he is likely to achieve as a footballer. Is he not 19 years old? Is he 19? Kellyman, he's 18 years old. So recently signed from Aston Villa. It was, I believe, a 6-year deal with an option of an additional year for a reported £19 million for an 18-year-old. For the money, it's bad. 20 million. 20 million for a player that is instantly injured by all accounts. 18 years old. And is he a bit of an Amari Hutchinson in the sense that we're just going to buy him just to flip him on the profit side of things? Because it seems as though, I mean, we've just got rid of Gabriel. PSR signing, yeah. It seems that way, right? I should have really added that instead of like average. Well, instead of, I don't know. Instead of elite, let's be honest, I don't think we've got any elite signings. Shall I get rid of elite and change it to PSR signing? Which, to be fair, I think he's the only one. It is one for the future, though. You can't say anything more. Like it is what it is. I just don't see him playing for us, and it's way too early in his regards to be calling him average or bad. Whereas the likes of a Dewsbury Hall, who's 25 years of age and hasn't really hit the ground running at Chelsea Football Club. He can't be anything more than average, let's be honest. We're on to the final 5 now, and we'll go with the first suggestion. I think someone did say Tosin, but we'll go with Vega, because Vega, it's Luke's birthday. So Vega, I think, is, again, this seems like a fairly obvious one for me. However, I'm going to see how many of these can I put on, because one for the future. If anyone ever watches this stream back, fair play. I'm really not expecting this to do numbers at all. But it is what it is. You got to see it. I can't promise this will stay up, but at the same time, who knows? Fucking who cares? So we have elite, we have good, one for the future, and average. Renato Vega, certainly on the right side of the fans. He's got that Chelsea aura about him to G up the fans all the time. Seems very good on the ball. He is a bit of a monster, as Joe said. When he's on the ball, seems light as a feather. Seems very, very quick on his feet, whilst also seeming like a bit of a bulldozer when people like that move against was it Wolves, when he was surrounded and then just played it through them. Like it just did like a little flick, turned around, see you later. And you saw Colwell fucking laughing his ass off, being like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I don't think anyone had really heard of Renato Vega, but you've definitely heard of him now. You've definitely heard of him now. And whilst I think in the future, should we do an end of season tier list of signings, new signings this year, including like January signings? We'll come back at the end of the season and we'll do a tier list and see where he ends up. But for now, he does go up, straight up, into our first good tier ranking. This is in no particular order in terms of like left to right. However, I would suggest that so far this is in order. So we'll see. We've got it's in order now, so we might as well keep it in order. Next up, we'll go with we'll get Tosin out the way. We'll leave the 3 big boys to the end. Again, I'll start with good. One for the future. Average and bad. Because I think with Tosin, so far, I think I'm definitely one of those people that I need to wait and see what happens. Like Joe said in the chat, we haven't really seen too much of him to be able to criticize too much. But what we have seen, it's not worrying, but it is like, it's not the strongest option that we've. Well, it probably is the strongest option of the backup defenders that we have. Let's be honest. Who have we got? Disassi. We've got Badiashile. Tosin, obviously. Is that it? He was free, so low risk. So you could argue a good signing. We just have to see how it ends up for him. But I think certainly average is probably fair for him. Certainly better so far in terms of who's the better average player out of him and Dewsbury Hall, purely on a fee basis. The fact that we've got him as a free will hopefully end up paying well. He might play as a good cup player. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? So next, we will go with Joao Felix, I believe. He's not one for the future, let's be honest, so I'll leave that one out. Now, when I do this, I want you to think of it from a logical standpoint, not just from a, nostalgia. I don't want you to think of it from anything other than practical and moving forward. What goes on with this player? We've now signed him on a permanent deal, which I never really thought would happen with Joao Felix. It's not necessarily like these other players that we've picked here because, I mean, Vega, Guiu, Jorgenson, Kellyman, Tosin, and Dewsbury Hall, in their own rights, probably never saw themselves playing for Chelsea, either through age or, let's be honest, again, Tosin on a free. Dewsbury Hall played in the Championship last season, and obviously they won the league. I still guarantee you he never thought come this season he'd be playing for Chelsea Football Club. So with Joao Felix, he's played for Chelsea before, and he will have thought, there's always a possibility. He's also an elite level player in terms of price because he's cost hundreds of millions of pounds so far in his total career. One of the most expensive players of all time. So whether or not he has that elite level of play to his actual Arsenal, excuse the term, remains to be seen in a Chelsea shirt. But maybe one day. So for that, it could be one for the future, to be honest with you. But I would say, and I would very much agree, he is good. But by the end of the season, I guarantee you, we will either be going up or down with him. I don't think we'll keep it as good come this time, the end of the season. I think he'll have either gone average, bad, or if he pays dividends, he'll be elite. So for that, at the moment, he's good. I am personally, from what we've seen, and we've seen more of him, Renato Vega, I think, is higher in the rankings when it comes to the good tier. And the chat agrees, 75%. We move now to the final one. We've got Pedro Neto. We will leave Sancho to last. Pedro Neto, elite. Good. Average bad. Again, Pedro Neto, he's already proved himself at Premier League level, so we don't need to put him as one for the future. We'll just do good, elite, good, average, bad as we come to an end of this stream with Sancho still to go. But yeah. This has been quite the ride, is it not? Pedro Neto, easily my favourite signing of the window, both in terms of the quality he brings and also what I've seen so far on the pitch. I'm really excited by what I see. He's a player that I've always really admired, and I wouldn't lie if I didn't tell you. I would be lying, sorry, if I didn't tell you. I would be lying if I told you. I would be lying if I told you. Fuck me. That I hadn't thought that he would end up at Liverpool, if that makes sense. Does Pedro Neto not scream Liverpool player? He really does. And for that alone, I really think that shows the quality of the player that we have, because let's be honest, they do have an eye for talent, especially from other clubs, especially when it comes to players like him. And although they didn't put an offer in for him, I'm very happy that we have him. I truly think he's going to end up being one of those players that we look back as, like a Willian, like a Pedro, not because of the name, but because they share that sort of vibe about them, where we're going to look back and think like, fucking hell, what a player. Not a Hazard, but maybe, but certainly of that realm of a Willian, or a Pedro, or maybe a Schürrle, I think we'll look back one day and think like, whoa, he was fucking decent, wasn't he? He was a good player. I just hope we get the best out of him, you know? And the injuries aren't so much of a concern. Juan Mata level, yeah, maybe not quite that. I mean, Mata is such an underrated player, let's be honest. But I will put Pedro Neto as good, verging on elite in terms of, I don't mean elite as in like he's an elite level player. I mean elite as in like this is a fucking good signing. Which leads me to the final one, which I don't think anyone saw this coming realistically. Jadon Sancho is a Chelsea player. Still getting used to it, I must say. I'm a little worried. Because Cole Palmer has withdrawn from the England squad. You are joking. Cole Palmer has withdrawn from the England squad. Chelsea confirmed. Cole will spend the rest of the international break at Cobham. It does not say that he's injured. But that certainly does not bode well, maybe. Or Chelsea are just like, you're not having him. Sorry. I mean, you're not having him. Anyway, back to Jadon Sancho. Precautionary, yeah, hopefully. Jadon Sancho, a player that no one probably wanted. A player that people, when we've been linked with him, thought, ooh. You know? Like, ooh, okay. Don't really know why. Not really sure what the reason is as to why we thought that this would be a good signing. I will say the only arguable positive is that we've obviously let Sterling go on loan, and so we have a replacement for him. But at the same time, we have so many wingers. Could we have done with just getting rid of Sterling, and would we have survived without a replacement in terms of numbers? If I put him at good, he has to be at the very bottom of good, you know, because no one wanted him. I don't think we need him, but I'm also very conscious of the fact that we could end up thinking, I'm so glad we got Jadon Sancho. I'm so glad we got him. Whether that day comes, I'm very conscious of the fact that he has had bad relations at Manchester United. But then if it's anything like his time at Borussia Dortmund, then we've got a real player on our hands. We've got an elite level player on our hands, and certainly an elite level signing. But for that reason, with all the doubt that there is cast on Jadon Sancho to perform under Chelsea or for Chelsea, I'm just a little wary. But I would be remiss if I didn't put him in the good tier. With that said, the final one has also been voted as a good from the chat. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a bit of a tricky start to the stream. I don't know what I was. I think I might have been having a stroke. Let's be honest. But I feel like we got through that in the end. I feel like we got there. We finally picked up some steam. We hit the ground running eventually. We stumbled a little bit at the start. I might just leave it all in, you know. But yeah, there we go. Pedro Neto, Renato Vega, Joao Felix and Jadon Sancho, all in good. Guiu, Jorgenson and Kellyman for one for the future, and Tosin and KDH in average tier. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. If you want to watch more weird fucking streams like this, I will be live again here, same time, 7 p.m. UK time on Thursday. I will be doing a Photoshop stream where I redesign this year's 3 kits. So stay tuned for that. And until then, take care, and I will see you soon. Gaming stream is tomorrow, 7 p.m. See you later. Goodbye.